A few days ago, protests have erupted throughout the whole Indonesia, and people are asking why. At the center of this demonstration is anger over how politicians are being treated compared to the ordinary citizens. One of the biggest spark was that Indonesian parliament members receive allowances worth $3,000 every month, and this is not given to the people and is not a cash handout for the unemployed. It is an allowance for the politicians themselves on top of their regular salaries and other benefits. For many Indonesians who are struggling, this feels deeply unfair. Imagine this: the average Indonesian earns around $200 to $300 per month. Many work long hours in factories, small businesses, or as informal workers without any job security. Youth unemployment in Indonesia is also a growing concern, with millions of young people unable to find proper jobs after finishing university. At the same time, lawmakers are supposed to represent the people, live comfortably with salary, benefits, and now allowances. They are completely out of touch with the struggles of the normal Indonesian in Indonesia. The sharp contrast between political elites and everyday Indonesians have fueled anger and mistrust, and it explains why people are taking to the streets. But the protests are not the only one this issue. The anger reflects something deeper in Indonesia's society, something that has been building for decades. To understand this, we need to look at how development has been managed in Indonesia. Since independence, Indonesia has been what many people call as Jakarta-centric nation. What this means is that most political power, economic activity, and infrastructure development are concentrated on the island of Java, especially in the capital city, Jakarta. While Jakarta and Java enjoy rapid growth, better schools, hospitals, roads, and business opportunities, other regions like Kalimantan, Sulawesi, Maluku, Papua, and Sumatra often feel left behind. This inequality creates frustration. Take Kalimantan, for example, is very rich in natural resources like coal, oil, timber, and yet for many years, local community there feel like they don't see any benefits from the wealth. Roads are still underdeveloped, job opportunities are scarce, and many young people end up migrating to Java to look for better work. A similar story can be told about Papua, where natural resources like gold, copper are extracted, but the local community continue to struggle with poverty, lack of infrastructures, and limited access to the education and healthcare. This gap between Java and the outer region is sometimes described as Java versus the rest problem, and it ties directly to the protests. Because when people see politicians in Jakarta living in luxury while they themselves struggle, it feels like the system is unfair and only serves the elite. The protests are not just about money, they are about justice, equality, and also demand for the government that listens to the needs of all Indonesians, not just those who are living in the capital. Unemployment is also play a role in this frustration. According to official statistics, Indonesian overall and unemployment rate may not seem very high, but the youth unemployment remains stubbornly higher than average. Many young graduates can't find any job that match their skills. Others are somehow stuck in the informal jobs or street vending or gig jobs which provide no stability and benefits. In rural areas, opportunities are even more limited. When people can't even find decent jobs, when they cannot rely on the government services, and when they see politicians earning far more than they will, anger becomes inevitable. The government has tried to address some of these issues, for example, by moving the new capital to Nusantara of East Kalimantan. The idea is to shift development away from Jakarta to create new opportunities. Many Indonesians are skeptical at their word that building a new capital will only benefit elites and construction companies, while the normal people or ordinary people in Kalimantan may not see the improvements in their daily life. So when we ask about why people are protesting today, the answer is not that simple. It is not only about parliament members getting $3,000 every month, although it is a big trigger. It is also unemployment, the cost of living, and also feeling ignored, and about decades of uneven development across the country. The protests are a sign that many Indonesians want change. They want a fairer system where wealth and opportunities are shared with more equality, where politicians are more accountable, where the struggles of everyday people are taken seriously. Whether the government can respond to all these demands is still open questions. But one thing is clear: the protests are a wake-up call. They show the gap between the elites and the ordinary citizens, between Java and the other parts of Indonesia, between promises and reality, and has grown too wide to ignore. And unless these gaps are addressed, the anger we are seeing now will continue to grow, and it could be served as a wake-up call for Indonesian government. So what do you think about the protests in Indonesia? And for those who are in Indonesia, please stay safe, and one day Indonesia will be stronger if the government is fairer and listen to the people's needs. And if you like a video like this, please don't forget to follow me, Jason Kang, and we'll talk about the content like this. And see you in the coming videos. Bye bye.